Oh my goodness, besties. It's been a hot minute. What is over there? When is that? Oh, it's my fan. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. If you can't tell, I'm still a little bit sick. I went to California for my brother's wedding and then came back to Arizona and just got super sick. Anyways, besides the point, I am back. I missed you guys and I can't wait to read this next book. It's a highly anticipated read for me. So excited to get into it. So without further ado, if you read the thumbnail, then you know what I'm reading. But if you didn't and just hopped in here, which probably didn't, it is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. And I'm so excited. I started listening to it. I'm only like a chapter in, or maybe two. Yeah, I think I'm 2 chapters in now. And I'm already loving the banter. I love her FMC. She's hilarious. The encounter between her and the MMC in the restaurant, already I was like cackling. Like she's already perfect. I love her. So yeah, that's it. A little life update, and I'm so sorry to keep you guys waiting. And most of all, I'm so excited to be back. We're gonna keep pushing these reading vlogs out. So yeah, let's get into it. Can't wait to give you my thoughts, my feelings, and my reactions to this highly anticipated read. Let's get into it. Okay, we're not in deep. We're not in deep or anything, but I got myself literally laughing out loud at this little scene. I'm only on chapter 2, so this is literally no spoilers. So she's at this hole-in-the-wall restaurant because she's in a small town. I believe in Georgia. Don't quote me on that. Don't come for me. But I could be right. Could be right. But she's in small town Georgia, found this hole-in-the-wall restaurant, and she runs into the MMC, who is also runner-up to write this story. So she's kind of competing against him, but also Alice, our FMC, is chatty Cathy. She can talk to a wall. Okay, and she sees him and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna go and say hi. And then they're bantering, whatnot, and he ends up saying like, you know, I'm gonna throw down for this job. And she's thinking about the waitress, and she's like, whoa, like, just tell me, I'll walk away. You can go talk to her. My bad. I don't want to be a cock block. And then she realizes he's talking about the job. And she's like, oh, little did he know, he gave me a little sliver that I have a chance at this job. So she struts back to the bar where she's sitting. And to mind you, she has this giant like fishbowl drink that these patrons that she was sitting next to like bought for her. And she looked at the waitress and was like, do you have anything like bigger, more pizzazz than this drink right here? And she's like, no, but I can add some like candy to it. And she's like, perfect. So she's sending it to him, and he's like this super sophisticated guy, and she's sending this big super fishbowl drink, fruity girly drink to the asshole. And I'm just like cackling because like I just love Alice. I love her personality, and I love Emily Henry, and this is just what I needed right now. And I was just like reading it and I'm like, ha 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 ha. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, besties, it is time for me to hit the hay. But before I do that, I want to give you a little update, my thoughts and feelings, and where I'm at. So take the dust jacket off. So we are 111 pages in, and I am eating it up. That should show how much I'm eating up. I read 100 pages, and I probably started this at 2 p.m. and I have a little, so I was reading when I had downtime. But let me tell you, so we are following Alice. We are only getting her point of view. Alice and Hayden are competing for a job of like a autobiography. Don't quote me on that. They want to write this story about this woman's life, and they're basically have a month-long kind of like interview trial, and at the end she's going to pick one to write her story. I absolutely love that like side plot of this book because in between the chapters, I'll show you because I'm on it right now and I'm saving it for tomorrow. The chapters are called The Story, and it's literally just about the woman's background and her story and what she's interviewing, what she's telling Alice in her interview. And I'm eating that up. And then I'm eating up the romance because Hayden is very, I wouldn't say grumpy necessarily, it's just like he's very quiet, reserved, has like zero filters. So if he doesn't like what you're doing, he's gonna tell you. But he's always by himself, he's not chit-chatty, and she's very bubbly. She's a people person. A people person. Like everywhere she goes, she's talking to someone. She's introducing herself. She's like, ooh, I like that. I like your drink. I like your shirt. Like, she's just a girly. And I love that. But because they're both in the journalism world, a lot of her coworkers know who he is. And they're like, oh, he's an asshole. And she's like, not really. Like, he just doesn't want to talk. If he doesn't want to talk to you, that's not being an asshole. That's just being him, which I really like her point of view because not only is she bubbly, like she is conscious about people don't want to talk maybe because of their personal history. Like, people aren't always mean because they want to be mean. It's normally like a reason, whether they had an abusive childhood or got bullied themselves, like whatever. She's like so well-rounded, and I'm loving her point of view. I'm loving her. I'm loving how delicate she is with this story she's trying to get. She does a perfect like push-pull method with her, and she does a perfect push-pull method with Hayden. Whoa. Let me see if it's back. There we go. Hi besties, I am back. It's been 2 seconds for you. I'm on now chapter 14, 144 pages in. I didn't read too much today so far. It is only 2 o'clock. We're gonna round it up to 2 o'clock. And there's a little bit of I wouldn't say a mystery, but they're kind of, like I said, Alice is very outgoing and she wants to see where he's at in the interview process with Margaret. I believe her name is Margaret. Yeah, Margaret. And she keeps trying to see, like, hey, do you feel like she's lying to you too? There's just some things in the story that like aren't adding up, and he won't say anything. They just had a kiss and deciding like if this little fling will work out between them, just because they are competing for a job and they don't know if one will resent the other for not getting the job. So they're kind of like on the fence about that. But that being said, at the end of this like kissing scene, he was like, by the way, Margaret's lying to me too, if that makes you feel any better. I was just like, okay, cool. But I'm curious what she's lying about, and if we'll ever figure out what she's lying about. I'm assuming yes, because we're getting chapters of, I think, the story, the biography that end up being published. And in my hopes and dreams, which it's a romance and it's totally possible, is that they're gonna combine both their stories and co-write this biography together, and that's what we're getting snippets of. But not a whole lot on the romance department. Like, I love them as separate characters, but I don't really like them together because he's not really saying anything like swoon worthy for me. I think I'm kind of declining in this story a little bit. It's just like they're not having a lot of interactions with each other. We're just mostly getting Alice interviewing Margaret and Margaret's story and Margaret's family history. So I would say if it doesn't start picking up, then I'm gonna say maybe this is more towards like fiction than romance. Maybe like fiction with a hint of romance. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, we're not getting much interaction between Hayden and Alice, and what we're getting is like them running into each other at coffee shop, them running into each other at the diner, them running into each other. They realize, oh, our hotel rooms are right next to each other, but then she ends up renting out a house. But like, it's very, very small versus like her last book, Funny People, they were roommates. And they were roommates. It's like that. And they were roommates. Anyways, so we got a lot of interaction between the two characters in that one. So I started off with this book like, oh my god, I'm obsessed, and now it's kind of, I'm at a plateau. So we'll see what happens in this next coming up few chapters. I'll update you when I have an update, but right now we are in a plateau, and I'm a bit sad about it. But I look crazy, okay? I know it. But I'm listening to the book as I'm working, and I only got one chapter, so I'm still on chapter 21. And she's falling in love. Hello? Like, this is so sudden because they probably hung out in person. They hung out intentionally twice, and probably before that ran into each other a good 3 times. And she's already falling in love. Okay, besties, this is it. This is the end. We officially finished Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Was this written beautifully? Or was the writing beautiful, I should say? Yes. Did I love it? No. I just feel like because it was promoted as a romance, I feel like the romance was just, what's the word I'm looking for? The romance just felt kind of like unnecessary. We didn't really, like in the beginning, I was like, yes, I love Hayden. Because in the beginning we got a lot of him, and then towards the end, once we got more into Margaret, the person that they're fighting over to get her story, once we got more into her story that she wanted to share, it just felt like Hayden and Alice's relationship took the back burner. And by the end, when all of a sudden they're like confessing their love, I was like, I don't know Hayden. Like, I don't see what she loves about him. That's horrible, but like, this just wasn't it for me. It could be for you, but it's not it for me, and this is my opinion. I just feel like her other books are way better. Her other books have very strong romantic build-up. There's just like, I only knew Alice and I only knew Margaret. I knew Hayden's personality traits, but I didn't know him. Like in all of her other books, we knew the MMC by the end of it, and we knew why they were in love, and like, how could you not be in love with them yourself? With that being said, I'm sitting at like a 2.75 or a 3. 2.75 just feels so wrong, but it just felt like we were getting Margaret's story. And at the end, it all ties in together. Margaret's story, Hayden's story, and Alice's story. That was cool, but I just felt like it was unnecessary. It felt a lot like Evelyn Hugo in The Seven Wives, like how that all tied in together in that book, basically how this all tied in together at the end. And I had a feeling once Alice started clicking and like asking the right questions towards Margaret, I was like, no, like this just felt like Evelyn Hugo and The Seven Wives add a smidge of romance. There were spicy scenes in here, but at this point when there were like spicy scenes, I was just like, because it just felt so surface level. I didn't get to know Hayden deeply the way that we've gotten to learn all of her other MMCs and all of her other books so deeply. I know Margaret deeply. I know Margaret really well. I know Alice really well. I don't know Hayden. So that's it. That's a wrap of this reading vlog of the Great Big Beautiful Life. I do wish I liked it more, but the writing, she can write. The words on the page were written beautifully, but to advertise it as a romance, I don't think so. That's just my opinion. My opinion. And that's it. Reading subjective. Like I said, I might not like it, but you might love it. So that's it. Once again, I just said that. That's it. My brain. So, yeah. That's it. If I say that's it one more time, I might fight myself. Alright, besties. Bye. And if you're new here, please like and subscribe. Comment below if you read this. And if you're going to read this. And if you read this, I want your thoughts and feelings and your ratings. Until next time, besties.